Hi guys, welcome. Let me know that you can hear me. Just gonna set everything up. Just want to make sure sound's working. Yay. Awesome. So welcome to, this is the third day that I am leading some kind of spiritual practice. I'm calling it Spend More Time with Your Soul. It's my way of showing up and really inviting us to deepen into feeling supported, safe, grounded, and held in these extreme times that we find ourselves in. I know that there have been many different mystics who have spoken about this time, and my personal experience of it so far is that it is really calling us to be so adaptable and responsive in the moment. I've just been up, I'm living in Glastonbury in the UK, and of course here we got the news last night that the schools are closing tomorrow, and the supermarkets near me are pretty much bare. A lot of the shops have closed. I know many of you are in different countries where you have already experienced this, and others, you're having a different experience. In spite of all of that, there's also some really beautiful things that are being woven. I think it's really interesting that we're being called to self-isolate, and it feels like one way of responding to that is feeling separate and alone and cut off. But another one is to recognize that actually through going in, we can find a way to deepen our own connection to ourselves as well as to others. I was just on the high street and I ran into my friend Rena, who runs this beautiful store, which is such a beacon of light in Glastonbury, called Halo. And we're both quite busy people. We love seeing each other, but we crossed each other as we went down the street, and as many of us doing, like air kisses rather than a normal physical embrace, which is what we would normally do. But we had such an incredible conversation, and one where it feels like we connected more deeply than ever. I've had so many conversations like that in this past week, and I wonder if you have too. I'm sure that you have too. This experience where we are truly going through something together. So my intention when I popped on here 3 days ago was to really show up and just hold space for us to practice. Anyone who's on a spiritual path knows that the times we practice for are times like these. It's not the days that where a spiritual practice comes easy that we practice for. We practice for the days where it's hard to stay grounded, and it's hard to feel connected, and it's hard to feel safe. I really acknowledge so many of you in this community are likely already also holding space for others. And the thing that I've been getting really deeply is that unless we feel safe in ourselves, we can't hold that safety for others. And so in my experience, spiritual practice can really help us feel held and grounded and safe. So this is my small way of, I guess, offering up a little bit of safety and support and holding. So I hope that it serves you. I'll be coming on here at least for the next 21 days. Maybe I'll do it for longer. And yeah, showing up to and sharing a different tool, a different way, a different gateway to the soul. There are so many different gateways to the soul. It can be poetry. It can be admiring beauty. It can be meditation, it can be chant, it can be dance. There's so many different types. And so if there is a specific type of spiritual practice that deeply serves you the most, just let me know in the comments and I'll check back either live or in the comments after. So what I am wanting to share with you today is a really beautiful chant. Now, for those who are watching on Facebook, I've included the words to this chant. It's a chant which is in Sanskrit, which is a sacred language, ancient Indian language. So we will be sharing that, and I'll explain the chant in just a moment. For those on Instagram, I'm going to see if I can pop it in the comments, and if not, just one sec. I'm hoping it'll let me copy and paste. I tried to do this before. Oh, it won't. So I'm just going to write it. Now. Okay, so I've written one of the phrases. It's a repetition of that. I'm also going to hold it up so you can see. So the words for this chant are, I'm going to line this up right so you can see it. I'm going to hold it for those on Instagram Live. If you're on Facebook, you'll be able to see it in the comments. And of course, it's in reverse. Oh, that's very confusing. The words are Arunachala Shiva, Arunachala Shiva, Arunachala Shiva, Arunachala. So Arunachala refers to the sacred, holy hill in India, in Tamil Nadu, and it represents actually the path of self-inquiry. And so if you've done, thanks self-love for popping those words for me. If you have done my workshops, you'll know that a big part of my work is self-inquiry, which is really what Arunachala really stands for, the path of self-inquiry. And it's often referred to as the path of self-silent initiation, the gateway of silent initiation. Arunachala has actually been referred to as one of the spiritual hearts of the world. And I think that when you hear the chant, if you haven't heard it before, you'll probably feel the resonance in your heart. To me, it is a deeply, deeply holding chant. It is a deeply strong, moving chant. Aruna, so if we break it down, Aruna means red, bright like fire. But it's not just the type of fire that brings heat, like the fire of a candle. Rather, it is referred to as the fire of wisdom, which is neither hot or cold. So the fire of wisdom. Chala means hill, or another word for hill is mountain. And so Arunachala means holy hill of wisdom. So it really is about this path of inner inquiry. So coming back in. Whenever I chant this chant, I really feel like I find my center. And that's one of the many reasons why I want to share this chant with you today. And then Shiva, many of you will be familiar with him. He's referred to as the auspicious one, the god of destruction and regeneration, as well as steadiness, awareness, spaciousness, and also referred to often as like the god who is connected to the birth and dissolving all at once. So beginning and ends all at once. And there is many different, so many stories and so many references, obviously, to Shiva in all of the ancient Indian texts and the Vedas, and but these are some of the meanings of him. So Arunachala Shiva, And this particular chant, the melody of it, so the tune of it that I'm playing, is the version that is sung in the Sri Ramana Ashram, which is in India. So I've also included the URL of that on the Facebook Live. So if you're on Instagram and you want to find out more about that ashram, then you can check it out through there. So I want to know if any of you are avid chanters, or if you're new to chanting. Just let me know in the comments. Maybe you've chanted with me at a workshop. My personal journey with chanting began probably about 12 years ago now. I never, ever in my wildest dreams thought that I would lead chants or share chanting publicly. Oh my gosh, that would have been my idea of worst nightmare, but often we are called to do what most scares us. I was drawn to chanting because of the deep devotion. It's a beautiful devotional tool, and also because a lot of my work has needed to be around overcoming the fear of sharing the voice. And gosh, I've come a long way. Maybe you have too. Chanting is, so that's why I've studied in the Kirtan tradition. And chanting is a wonderful meditative tool. It is a vibrationary, I can never say that word, a vibrationary practice. So it is a meditation using the voice. It really can have incredible benefits in healing, both physically, emotionally, and I think at a soul level as well. It works on the auric field as well as physically in your body. Sometimes you can feel like you've given your cells a workout. Some of the side effects are you can wake up the next day feeling just so happy. That often happens for me when I chant over and over again, particularly in my training when we would do weeks and weeks and weeks on end chanting. It was just going into this beautiful bliss-like state. Other side effects of chanting can be tears. Often we can, my teachers taught me that one particular teacher said that tears are the most healing waters in all of the world, your own tears. And so if tears do come when we chant, it doesn't mean that there's something wrong. Rather, it takes a lot of courage for tears to be able to come. And so if they come, let them roll. This is a time of healing. So let the waters run. Another side effect of chanting can be slight tingling. So you might feel tingling in your extremity. Oh, you know what I'm saying? The ends of your hands and feet. So there are just some of the many side effects, but it is a beautiful, gentle practice. I chant in, I've got many chants that I've created myself, but this particular one is in Sanskrit. Sanskrit is a sacred language that has been passed down for over 2,500 years. So that's a tradition that we're chanting in today. I was taught that the chant exists in the vibrationary, there's that word again, field. And so if you imagine that the chant exists energetically, what happens when we chant and recite these chants using this sacred language, particularly of Sanskrit, is that we're able to tap into the frequency of that chant and the power of all of the millions and millions of people who've ever chanted that chant through the ages. And as we chant, I like to imagine it's like you're sending it forward and sending it back. You're giving and receiving. The final thing I want to say about chanting is that it has nothing to do with what you sound like. It is all about voicing your soul, allowing your heart to be sung. So as you chant, forget about what you sound like. You'll notice that I am certainly not a professional singer by any means. So offer the chant up to your heart. Offer it up like sweet nectar. Send it to any part of your body, any part of the world, any person, any corner of the planet that needs healing right now. You can devote your chanting right now to someone who you know who may be in need, or let's also offer it up to people we don't know who may be in need right now, who are feeling isolated, who are feeling lonely. If you imagine Arunachala being this sacred mountain, the sacred mountain of, or holy hill of self-inquiry. It's the inner spiral. And so as we chant, let's call upon the strength of the mountain, the strength of Shiva, the strength of all of us as we go through this initiatory experience, these changing times. So we're going to start with opening sacred soul space. If you're new to it, then just follow me. If you know what to do, you can close your eyes. So place your hands at prayer at your heart. Deep breath in. Deep breath out. Checking your energy. Are you leaning forward? Are you back? Bring yourself to center. With your next breath, bring your hands up to just above your head, opening your individual soul space, connecting in with your ancient self, the part of you that is wise beyond your years, the part of you that joined you onto this live call. Open up and around, stepping into the space of the soul, the timelessness of the soul, back to heart. And now feeling the connection with all of us who are watching live, who are partaking in this live, and all of those who are joining us at a different time. When we step into the space of the soul, we are all on the same timeline. So feeling that presence, feeling the support, recognizing that as more and more of us gather, our ability to heal, our ability to shift, our ability to harmonize, our ability to manifest, our ability to surrender is multiplied. And may we do all those things and more. Opening the collective soul space, bringing your hands up to just above your head, up and around, down, up again. Placing one hand on your heart, one hand on your belly. Deep breath in. Deep breath out. And joining me with 3 Oms, which is the original sound of the universe. Finding your soul's note. Doesn't matter what you sound like. Opening the container together. And if your eyes aren't already closed and you would like them to be, gently close them now. If you prefer to have them open, that's totally fine too. Breathing deeply. And a reminder, those on Facebook, if you need a hand with the words, they're written in the comments and the description. And for those who are on Instagram, they should be in the comments. And if not, I'll tell you them right now. Arunachala Shiva. Arunachala Shiva. Okay, so with this, we are going to chant this together. So you'll hear the melody from me, and then please join in. I wish I could hear you. I will feel you. Arunachala Shiva, Arunachala Shiva, Arunachala Shiva, Arunachala. 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 And to all those who are being of service, all the nurses, all the doctors, all the supermarket workers, all the delivery people. Arunachala Shiva, Arunachala Shiva, Arunachala Shiva, Arunachala. Arunachala Shiva, Arunachala Shiva, Arunachala Shiva, Arunachala. The mothers and the fathers who don't know how to describe what's happening to their children. Arunachala Shiva, Arunachala Shiva, Arunachala Shiva, Arunachala. Arunachala Shiva, Arunachala Shiva, Arunachala Shiva, Arunachala. All those who live alone, all of the elderly, all those who are afraid, all those who feel helpless, all those who feel isolated. Arunachala Shiva, Arunachala Shiva, Arunachala Shiva, Arunachala, Arunachala Shiva, Arunachala Shiva, Arunachala Shiva, Arunachala Shiva, Arunachala Shiva, Arunachala Shiva, Arunachala. All of those who are going around pretending it's not happening because they're scared. Arunachala Shiva, Arunachala Shiva, Arunachala Shiva, Arunachala. All those trying to find the cure. Arunachala Shiva, Arunachala Shiva, Arunachala Shiva, Arunachala, Arunachala Shiva, Arunachala Shiva, Arunachala Shiva, Arunachala. To our elders, Arunachala Shiva, Arunachala Shiva, Arunachala Shiva, Arunachala. To our immune system, Arunachala Shiva, Arunachala Shiva, Arunachala Shiva, Arunachala, Arunachala Shiva, Arunachala Shiva, Arunachala Shiva, Arunachala. Anyone who has the virus. Arunachala Shiva, Arunachala Shiva, Arunachala Shiva, Arunachala, Arunachala Shiva, Arunachala Shiva, Arunachala Shiva, Arunachala, 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 Arunachala. allowing the emanations to continue to move through you. Feeling stronger, feeling more centered, feeling more grounded, feeling like a holy mountain. May we each be like holy mountains, doing everything that we can to find our ground, to remember what is holding us in these changing times where the ground is moving. Be the holy mountain. Place one hand on your heart, one on your belly. We're going to finish the chant with 3 Oms followed by Shanti, 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 which means peace, peace, peace. And as we do, let the vibration of our voice carry the purity of our heart. Let it touch anyone's heart who needs it most right now. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Feeling grateful for the group connection. Hands at prayer at heart, closing the joint soul space, bringing your hands down, around to your crown, to your heart. Feeling grateful and thankful for showing up, for gathering like this at this time. Now closing the personal soul space, bringing your hands down, around, up, and to center. Opening your eyes. Thank you. Thank you for chanting with me. I wish I could see you. I can see your comments. I see all the love hearts. Thank you so much. For anyone who joined during that chant, the chant is Arunachala, Shiva. And if you go over to my Facebook page, I have written the meaning of the word, the words. It is a Sanskrit chant, and I've referred to the melody, the ashram that the melody is from as well. It's beautiful to chant with you guys. So yeah, the meaning of the chant Arunachala Shiva is in the description on Facebook, but it essentially means I've done a full meaning of it, but it is Arunachala is a holy mountain, a holy hill in India, and it is say a pilgrimage trail really of self-inquiry. It's really a silent initiation that you take, and it does feel like we are all going through some sort of silent initiation right now. And then, of course, Shiva is the auspicious one, the god of destruction and regeneration, steadiness, awareness, spaciousness, so many incredible things. He's also often referred to birth and dissolving all at once, the two together. And it does feel like that is what we're going through right now, birth and death together. It really is such an initiatory time. I hope that this practice has served you in some way. Feel free to share it with anyone who you feel might resonate with it. Thank you for showing up and being the steady mountains during this time. I wish I could be with you physically. I've felt such a call to physically hold space in person, but I know that's not really possible right now. But what is possible is for us to gather like this. So I'm committing to showing up here every day to this practice, so feel free to join me. I also have my monthly membership, which we had planned to welcome new members in this week for a couple of days, which the timing is pretty incredible. So we're doing joint practice in there as well. So if you're interested in that, you can head over to my website. It's rebeccacampbell.me/membership. So if that's of resonance to you, you're welcome to join. It's an incredible community of absolutely amazing soul-led people. Jessie says she just pulled the initiation card. Oh, yeah. All right. I love you all. I hope you are staying strong and feeling a little bit more supported and grounded. I love you so much.